Alright, what is up guys? We're here with the MMBA Season 3 Week 9 match. For those of you guys that are sticking around, against our opponent Tate and the Buffalo Buzzwole. Probably one of the best matches what's going to have so far this season. I was really looking forward to this match, just to see how my opponent actually prepared and what he actually was going to bring and how he played. Definitely. If you guys do want to see our team builder and all our mods and all our pretty much thoughts on my opponent's team and everything like that, there'll be an annotation up in the right hand corner of this video. There'll be a little exclamation mark. You guys click on that, it will take you right to the video. So if you guys want to watch that before you do watch this video, that'd be awesome. Show that video some support as well. Getting into this match, my opponent actually brought pretty much everything I expected to bring. I knew he was going to bring Sneasel. Tapu Koko and Infernape were pretty much no-brainers. Wasn't quite sure about Umbreon. I knew he was going to bring Mew in some form. Whether it was defensive or offensive is yet to be determined before I went into this match, at least. I wasn't quite sure if he was going to bring Alamomola just because there was a big threat of a Mega Venusaur. He brought it anyways. Not quite sure what he was running. Does bring the Umbreon. I'm assuming it's either defensive or special defensive from team preview at this point in the match as well, before the match started. Possibly either Banded, Expert Belt, or Life Orb Sneasel, which I did actually discuss in Team Builder. You guys can watch that. Possibly defensive Mew, judging by his team, could be a Stealth Rock Setter, or Infernape could be a Stealth Rock Setter as well. Koko could have been, I was assuming, either Specs or possibly E-Belt or maybe Magnet from Team Preview. Wasn't quite sure. Gonna hop into this real quick. I lead with the Raikou just because he either leads with, pretty much his leads here are either going to be either Mew to get up rocks if it's a rocks variant, or Infernape, which we can outspeed unless he's scarfed and get a Volt Switch off on at least, and Mach Punch really ain't going to be doing too much to me unless he's like Banded Mach Punch, I guess, or Koko just to Volt Switch out. Koko really can't really do too much to me just because I'm a Assault Vest. Was debating really what Koko this was. We actually had a screw up as well. As you guys can see in the chat, I actually basically what I did, I actually copied the team. I actually sent it all pretty much down to level 50, and I actually copied and pasted it into a dock. And my computer actually got reset and it did not save the things, and I actually had to go down and actually put the team back in again. I actually forgot I had it saved, so I actually did this whole team again on Showdown, and I actually forgot to save the levels. The levels were actually level 100. And we had like a previous match before this, like 2 turns in, and I was like, and then Raikou one-shot Tapu Koko. I was like, what the fuck? And then Infernape came in, and I one-shot Infernape with Volt Switch. I was like, okay, something went wrong here, or something went wrong, and I was like, well, level 100. So thanks to my opponent for actually restarting the match. Just a little bit of screw up on my part there. Wasn't really quite sure what he's going to do to me. He actually has Life Orb, so that's good to know. He actually has the Nature's Madness, which could be a bit of an issue. Luckily, I actually have odd HP, so if Nature's Madness isn't a guaranteed to a KO there. I go for the Volt Switch. Volt Switch would still do a decent amount to the Koko. He wants to switch that out just because it does a lot to my team yet, and Volt Switch did have a possible chance to kill. Go for the Roar Veil here. I just go for Toxic, so far we see Toxic, and something's telling me that this thing is pretty much a standard Toxic stall set here. It does have the Protect. As I do go for the Freeze Try, predicting Alamomola to come in here. He really has nothing else that really wants to take a Moonblast. It seems very weak to Ninetales, which is something I actually found out at this point in the match as well. He really doesn't have too much that wants to be coming in on like Moonblast and Freeze Try combo. Either it gets outspeed, unless he's like a Scarfer. The Sneasel can come in, but Sneasel really can't touch me. Unless it has like Poison Jab, I guess. Goes for the Gunk Shot there, so we do get some little bit of intel on this Mew. It's possibly physical Mew at this point. We do not see an item, so it could possibly be a Z move. He does go into the Umbreon here, breaking a Psychic type move or something of that nature, maybe a Draco. Go for the Wish. I'm going to go into the Venusaur here. Now, I think in this match, something I did do was set up with Venusaur a bit too early. His Mew is still around, and it's still pretty healthy at this point. I think I did set up a bit too early, as you guys know, if you guys have watched Team Builder, which you should have. We're bringing Curse Mew, and I needed to at least get up to +2 to deal with a lot of his threats, like Infernape, etc. He cannot Toxic me, which is great. He goes for the Protect here. I set up a Curse. Get to that +1/+1 right there. He's going to switch out here. He's going to go out into the Mew, which I'm assuming he had like Psychic or something of that to hit me with. Wasn't quite sure if he was like a move Mew, which is probably the only way he can take me out in one shot. He did go for the Psychic there. I actually go for the Synthesis just to see what he would have for me. See if how much the Psychic does, and if I get any intel that way. He does click the Genesis Supernova here. Now, I was actually not really that like it really mattered, but I think Supernova, I thought it was banned at this point in the match. I did not know it was. I think it's still legal just because it isn't in the rules, but part of me wanted to say it was banned just because I think I heard coaches talking about it and saying that it should be banned. I think it should be banned. It actually ain't banned, so I guess it really didn't matter either way. I was still going to play the match just because I know my opponent well and wouldn't really be that big of a deal as his team. So that my opponent's still new to the league, so do go down in one shot there, which kind of does suck. He sets up the electric terrain. Best thing to go to right here is actually Raikou. Otherwise, I don't think I have really anything else that wants to take this thing out. Knockoff, there was only a chance of knockoff to kill from 60%. Just because he's the move, it would do a little bit less. I did not want to reveal my choice scarf yet. I kind of wanted to reveal my scarf later in the match, just throw him off guard, possibly. I go out into the Latias here, loose ass. Take the Psychic. I really don't know what he has to throw at me. Even if he has like a super effective something to throw at me, it ain't gonna be really doing too much. He has the Shadow Ball. Doesn't really do too much. I'm fully special defensive, so I get the Wish off here, and going to Ninetales here as he goes for the Drain Punch. So good play of my opponent there. Do get the Wish back, which is great, just because it can be a bit worn down by Toxic. No Stealth Rocks are up yet, which is good. And the Mew does go down here to Moonblast, so that's great. At the cost of Mega Venusaur, which kind of does suck, just because I have really nothing for the Umbreon to stall Umbreon now, and nothing really for Elmo apart from Raikou. So, I guess I do have Ninetales for Umbreon, but my opponent makes a good play here. Actually goes for the U-turn. Props to my opponent for that play. Good play. And goes on the top of Coco. Now, there was a part of me saying that was like, does he click Fairy type move here? If I would have stayed in right here, I would have killed the top of Coco. Skull does, I think, 33 to like 30. Like, I'm not quite sure how much it does actually. I don't remember the exact calc from my head, but at least would have brought him down to the point where he would have died to Life Orb if he would have stayed in. I would have been able to take it. So then part of me wanted to switch out just because I kind of really need Suicune around for the Fernape and the Sneasel yet, which are two huge threats. So stacking Latias here, probably the best play. Do get a bit of intel, and he's at the point where I can come in with Krookodile now. It's probably my only play to go into Krookodile. Nothing else outspeeds. I have nothing else that wants to take a hit from this thing, so I have to go into Krookodile. I do reveal my Scarf here, which he doesn't know. Does go into Fernape, knowing I'm choice Scarfed, so do go into Suicune here. Wasn't quite sure if he's going to U-turn, if he was going to just go straight up for the close combat. He does go for close combat. Now, it is a roll if he does kill me from this range. I click rest just because I have the chest of berry. Just going to Sneasel here as I go for the Scald. Or actually the rest off here. Just now, knockoff really isn't going to be doing as much to me just because I have no item. So if he wants to go for knockoff, go right ahead. Does miss a nice little crash here. Not quite sure how much it really mattered. I guess he was going for flinch. I do get a lucky burn. Kind of sucks for my opponent. I think he can still win at this point in the match still, just because he has Aloe and Umbreon in the back and a hard hitter, depending if his Infernape's either banded or scarfed. Which I'm thinking at this point in the match it's scarfed, just by the way he's been switching out and changing his moves. Not changing his moves, or just being locked in. We exchange Toxic here, not really too big of a deal for me, just because I still have rest on this Mon. So out of anything that wants to get Toxic, this is probably the best Mon. I go into the Ninetales here. Expecting to pull a double, either out into the Fernape, which I can actually judge if it was Scarfed in, or the Umbreon. He has to go into Umbreon as I go for the Moonblast. Fernape does not want to take a Moonblast. It's a 2-hit KO, so great damage on a Fernape here. Get the special attack drop, doesn't really matter, I don't think, unless he was running mixed, which I'm not quite sure. I haven't asked him his full stats yet. Out into the Suicune here, probably the best thing for this. He does go for the close combat. With toxic damages again, it's going to be a roll, whether he kills me or not, and depends on his set. I'm not quite sure what his set really was. the calcs I were getting were saying that it does like if he was like fully like Scarf or Infernape, he did like 29 to like 33%. These are clearly doing like at least 30 to like 36%. So I'm not quite sure if he was like adamant or what, but pretty much just kill Infernape as I go down to the Hail. So pretty much a 1-for-1 there. It's really tying up this match now. I kind of really need to keep my Raikou around just for the Alomomola at this point, and I need to keep Ninetales healthy to the point where I can at least weaken the the Umbreon, so I can come in with Krookodile and go for the Superpower if I need to. Umbreon's definitely going to be the biggest issue, just because he can fully stall me out with Toxic right now. Go for Volt Switch, just get some chip damage off here, and go into the Ninetales. Goes for the Thaw Play, really doesn't do too much to me, and I can threaten him out with the Moonblast or the Freeze Dry here. He actually stays in and goes for the Protect as I click Nasty Plot, expecting him to switch. So get a +2 here. He does switch on this next turn, so goes on to Alomomola. Alomomola actually ends up taking a huge amount of damage here. It was not even a crit, so that's definitely not Assault Vest. I'm assuming it's fully defensive or something of that nature. Unless he was running offensive Alomomola, which I'm not quite sure why he would do that. Switch on Ninetales just because I need it around. It still has 2 good hits for the Umbreon if I need it yet. And he dies to Hail and Toxic anyways here, so I just take 1 Hail hit right here. I'm just going to stay and go for the Thunderbolt, get as much damage off as I can, to the point where I can either come in with Ninetales and pick him off with a Moonblast or a Superpower with Krookodile. I go into Krookodile here and get the Intimidate off, not really that matters. He does have Moonlight, which is probably the worst case scenario. He does not have Wish, so Moonlight's a bit of an issue. Like I said, predict him to go for a Toxic here. He does go for the Toxic as I go into Raikou again, which I really don't need at this point in the match. It's probably my sack at this point as well to get a free switch into something. I go get as much damage off as I can as he goes again for the Moonlight. So it's getting to the point where I think he's actually going to stall me out here, just because I have nothing to really PP stall him if I need to, and he can actually stall me out with Toxic and Moonlight and Protect. I have 2 good hits left in me, and the Hail can at least counteract the leftovers. My special attack drop really doesn't matter. Maybe I should have set up a Nasty Plot there, but again, it really doesn't matter at this point, just because he would have been able to Protect on the next turn and kill me anyways with Toxic damage. At this point in the match, it comes down to Krookodile and whether I can 2-shot this thing. My calcs say actually that it's fully special defensive, like max HP, max special defense. So if he's like fully special defensive, I think Krook does like up to like 68 or 69%. I think I posted it somewhere. I posted it before I left the match, actually the actual match, not the replay match. I think it did like up to 68%, like I don't know, 60 to 68%, 58 to 68% or something around there. If I was Jolly and I'm Jolly max attack, he has no. I don't think he has any defense. So I go for the Superpower and actually end up getting an unfortunate crit here. Again, the crit actually really mattered, just because I think my opponent actually did say he.
Out in that room, you're still laying in there. You did that all day. Let's not get old.
Do apologize for the background noise, guys. What was I saying? Okay, yeah, the crit actually didn't matter here, just because my opponent could stall me out with the Moonlight, and I think that's actually what he told me he was going to do. He actually clicked Moonlight right here. At -1, I went to like 38 to 42% at -1, and he would have been around about, I think, 50% with the Moonlight damage, so, or with the Moonlight healing. So I think I would have lost if it wasn't for the crit. Definitely, this is one of the matches I actually want to replay him actually. If we do make the playoffs somehow, if we make the playoffs this season, one of the people I actually want to face again is going to be him, just because I feel like this match really got fucked over just because of a crit, and really don't think I should have won this match. I think the only reason I did win is just because of the crit. Otherwise, I think I would have lost, and he would have kept me stalling me out right here. So hopefully we both make it to playoffs, and we can play again in playoffs. Otherwise, it was a very good match. Bit happy with him missing an Icicle Crash, which I'm not quite sure how much it really did matter. I did get a Scald Burn, but then again, it's 30% chance, so gotta always take those chances. I don't think there's really too much else crits. I don't think there's any other crits or anything like that. That I at least remember off the top of my head. Just apart from that miss and that skull burn and this crit. But yeah, I definitely want to replay my opponent next season. Next season it's going to be, hopefully we have a cleaner match. Opponent played very well as well. Props to my opponent. He played very well. Yeah, not really too much else to say here. Just pretty much got the lucky crit. That's I guess what I needed to win. Oh yeah, here's the damage calcs before we both left. Right here's the damage calc, guys. Superpower 252 Umbreon does 58 to 69%, like I said. So lowers your attack and it'd be at 52 if you hit max. So yeah, what the crit actually did 100% matter right there. Kind of unfortunate. Then again, we always have the other chance to play, like I said, in playoffs. If we do both make it to playoffs, hopefully we do. We can play again. Really looking forward to playing my opponent again in a different match with a little bit less hacks. Apart from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, that'd be awesome. I think next week we're going against, I'm actually not even quite sure who we're going against. I haven't looked at the spreadsheet for like 2 weeks now. I just haven't been going off the top of my head. The only thing I really looked at is the draft section to prepare for my weeks, pretty much. But I don't know, I'll be up with another team builder sometime next